Well, good morning. This morning we read from Judges chapter 6 and through to chapter 7 and verse 8, and we read about Gideon. Gideon was an Israelite. He was from the tribe of Manasseh, a small tribe, and he was afraid of the Midianites who had invaded the land because they'd been disobedient to God. And so he's hiding his grain, he's trying to thresh it inside, which is a impossible thing to do really, because when you're threshing wheat you need the wind to blow away the husks, and he's trying to do it inside for fear of the Midianites. And so he's going to be covered in dust, he's going to be coughing, he's going to be choking, and there he is trying to do this almost impossible task, looking like a bit of a clown. People would laugh at him if they saw him. Midianites certainly would. And yet the angel of the Lord comes to him and calls him, "You mighty man of valor." And God sometimes calls us by the potential he sees in us rather than by our present circumstances. So when God calls you to a task, he's calling you to because you are in his eyes that mighty man or woman of valor, not the person in the winepress threshing the wheat. And so God calls him, and he begins his ministry. And the first thing Gideon does is he goes and he tears down the false gods. He tears down the Asherah and he turns down Baal's altar. We need to stand firm as Gideon. So his first task was to cleanse Israel before they could take on the Midianites. And when God calls us, our first task is to holiness within ourselves, to tear down the altars of Baal and the Asherah poles in our lives so that we can be ready to serve the Lord.